So I recently finished playing Shinobi Art of Vengeance.
So, over a year ago, I think, Sega revealed a bunch of different games in development from different franchises they were resurrecting, such as Jet Set Radio, Streets of Rage, Crazy Taxi, and Shinobi. Now, I've never experienced any of these franchises, let alone Shinobi, but that was the one that intrigued me the most during the reveal. So, fast forward to a few weeks ago, and the game is finally out, and now, having finished it, this is probably one of the best games I've played so far this year. The story follows Joe Musashi, a shinobi who goes on a quest for vengeance after his village is wiped out by a powerful corporation led by Lord Roos. Now, there isn't really much to the story here. It pretty much acts as a vehicle to get from one level to the next, which isn't really a bad thing, especially when everything else in this game is absolutely excellent. The game has over a dozen levels, and each are expertly crafted with a different aesthetic. While they aren't interconnected, there is a slight Metroidvania element where certain areas are blocked off until you unlock a new tool, which adds an extra layer of exploration. And often the rewards are a new ability, a collectible, or a portal leading to some pretty challenging platforming areas. And then the combat here is absolutely top notch. On top of a combo system involving light and heavy attacks, you have these special abilities called Ninpo that allows you to do things like breathe a ball of fire or throw out a giant shuriken. And then there are ultimate abilities, ninjutsu, that let you do things like setting every enemy on fire or healing yourself by a massive amount. By far, my favorite part of the combat, though, was the execution system. Certain attacks will fill up a gauge on certain enemies, and when it's full, you'll be able to instantly take them out, which will net you some extra coins and health. So, if you're good enough and you're able to put like 3 or 5 enemies in that state, you can execute them instantly, and the result is so satisfying, and that's something I would try to do in a lot of encounters. The only place where this game really falters is in its boss fights. With a few exceptions, most of the bosses here were a little boring, at least to me, as they don't really let you utilize the combat in the same way as they do for the rest of the game, and it usually resulted in me using the same kind of combo over and over, and that got a little boring.
Despite that issue, Shinobi Art of Vengeance proved to be an incredible action platformer thanks to a satisfying combat system and superb level design. And while I'm sure they won't be quite the same, I'm looking forward to more of these revivals that Sega has in store.